Hey everyone, this is your week 3 video introduction. I just want to go through your assignments and give you a little more explanation of those so that maybe you have a better idea of what's expected in each assignment. So as always, we'll start with the Module 3 introduction. This has articles and templates that you'll be using, and it has some videos and things that will help you. It also has the lists of assignments, and you can click and go through each assignment from this page. All right, the first is your devotional with Tim, and you may have Tim Tebow. You may have done a devotional with Tim Tebow with me before, but this one is just one of my absolute favorites, and I think it's a good reminder all the time to just think about the people that we are in community with every day and how we treat one another, and how we're exhibiting God's commandment to love one another, and go out and take care of each other every day. So I hope you enjoy this devotional. It's one of my absolute favorites. So you'll just watch the video, respond to the questions, and read through some of this and think about some of the information, the verses in here, and then click reply, and you can reply to the devotional form. Okay, your first assignment is designing a committee. And so I really want you to see that we're going in a stepwise manner. So the first week, we learned a few tools that we can use: Google Sheets, Google Docs. The second week, we learned how to use Google Form to send out a survey and establish need for technology. We also discussed policy and thinking about whatever we do, we're going to have policies in place in terms of an overall district technology plan. And so we're just working through the different steps of coming up with the technology plan each week. And hopefully you start to see that building on one another. So the next thing that you're gonna look at is design a committee, and maybe even you design your committee first, and they help determine what will be in the needs assessment. So you will read these resources, so the 8 key personality types for innovative teams. So I feel like each one of these resources, each one of these articles gives you an idea about the type of people and the types of traits that you're looking for to build a really good team that is well-rounded and has a lot of different perspective. And when I teach the class in person, I always say, we don't just want our friends to be on our committee, and we don't just want our friends to be on our teams, because we actually sometimes need the people that see things from a little bit different perspective, that might not be in our normal crowd, that we're friends with and we're talking to every day. And we need people that are thinking differently, and who are afraid or not afraid to speak up and say, well, I have this idea. And so you really need to have a well-rounded group of people, even sometimes people that you don't always agree with, on these committees. That's really important. You don't want someone that's going to be detrimental to the team, that's just going to keep you from meeting your goal, but you do want some of those people on there that will challenge and push the entire team to do an even better job than they would have before. So finding that perfect balance. So after reading these resources, I want you to think about people you would have on your technology committee team that you work with now. You do not need to use their real names, but you probably have a pretty good idea of people that you work with right now that you would want them to be on your technology committee. And I would like for you to think about who those people would be. Probably, 6 to 10 people that you would have on your technology committee, and describe each person, what they do, and what skills or qualities they possess that make them perfect for being on this team. And you can use some of these personality types and traits for that. And then I definitely want you to read this scenario, and then I want you to respond in the discussion forum to these questions based on the scenario, based on, and I want you to include the people you would have on your team and their description and summing that up in terms of the resources provided here. And like with every other discussion, you just click reply and you respond to these ideas, and then please respond to 2 classmates also. I think this should be a really fun assignment. It's always interesting to think about, if you had it your way, who would you put on your team? And specifically for this time, we're looking at technology. Who's got the technology skills? Who would be the person or the people that would help you pull off a technology plan? And like I said before, this might even be your first step before you determine need, depending on how you want to do it. You could do it either way. You can send a needs assessment just as a district in general, so that when you bring your committee together, you can look at the data, or you can work as a committee and develop it first and then send out the needs assessment. It depends on your situation and what you're trying to do. And then next, after you have your needs, you've determined what your need is, you've got your committee together, you've got your stakeholders there. Maybe you even have parents on your committee. You need stakeholders and community members. You need all kinds of stakeholders involved in this, because we're building out a technology plan. You need to develop a vision statement. Whenever you're doing anything, you really need to have a vision statement. And so for your technology department, if you're a technology director, or maybe you're just a principal, or maybe you're a superintendent at any level, there has to be a vision for what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. So I have some videos here for you to watch. And then I have a sample school technology vision statement, or a couple that you can look at. And then I have a PowerPoint. And this is the PowerPoint that I go through with my in-person class. And I'm just going to tell you that for this assignment, let me go back here. You are going to make a 4 to 5 minute video presentation, and you're going to make a Google slide to go with that. And so what I want to be included in your presentation and is some of these things, and then at the end I would like for you to put your full vision statement. So of course you click on this and you can make a template of a Google slide and fill in this information. So the first thing that I want in your slide presentation is your values. I want you to determine what the values would be for your technology committee, for your technology rollout in your district, just your values in general. And when I say that, you brainstorm, like, do you value professional development? Do you value devices? Do you value student engagement? Do you value through technology? Do you value student achievement through technology? What are your values? And there are a lot of different ones, but what are you trying to get? What do you value? What are you going to work towards to achieve with this vision statement with technology? And then I want you to identify the strengths and skills of your school or district. What strengths do you have that will help you carry out this technology vision statement? What skills, what people do you have that will help you carry out this vision statement? What needs are there? And we've already determined needs because we had a needs assessment. And what opportunities are there to carry out this vision? Who's the audience of your vision statement? Is it the teachers? Is it the students? Is it parents? Is it community? Maybe it's all of those people, but have a slide for that. What's the plan? What's your plan? What are you thinking? And you don't have to have a full-on plan, but how are you going to, in a very broad sense, bring this vision statement to life? And then, of course, the next slide would be your vision statement. And you can combine some of these. I've just kind of broken it down for you. But this is how to build your vision statement. So you'll have your values, like if you value student engagement and professional development for teachers, and you've got to get it narrowed down for your vision and work on 2 or 3 things. So if your values are student engagement and professional development, and your strength is that you are, let's see, one of your strengths could be for your district that you are a wonderful community and everyone is included. And then your need for the student engagement and the professional development is to put more funding into buying devices so that all students can be engaged, and purchasing professional development to show teachers how to help students use devices and to show teachers how to use devices. And then maybe your audience is specifically students and teachers. And we're going to do that by, our broad plan is we're going to do this by involving our leadership and getting them to help us purchase the devices that we're going to need. And so then based on that, you put all that together in a vision statement, and that might look like to achieve excellent student engagement and provide the professional development and to provide excellent professional development to teachers. I'm just coming up with this off the top of my head. Through community engagement and community help and support, we will eliminate the equity gap in the number of devices provided to students. And our plan for that is to engage our leadership in earmarking funding to be able to purchase these devices. Something like that. That can be an entire vision statement, but your vision statement needs to have values, your strengths, your need. The audience should be identified in some way with a little bit of a plan. And that's how you build your vision statement out. And then your seventh slide would be that the 2 to 3 sentences all put together. And sorry, that's not a great example. I just came up with that off the top of my head, but hopefully you see the process of building a vision statement. You go through each one of these steps to build the vision statement. And then you will, once you have that in your presentation, do a 4 to 5 minute video explaining each one of those things. And once again, you can use Studio and do a screen video. You can use QuickTime Player. You can use Screencast-O-Matic if you have that, whichever one works best for you. And so once again, there's a little bit more instruction here. Okay, then this is kind of a fun assignment. I hope that you have fun with this. I don't stress about any of my assignments. I want you to have fun. I want you to learn how to use new things, and I want you to just think about leading and think about how you want to bring all this together if you were leading technology in a school or a district. And so you have some videos here that'll help. It's a video on how to create a flyer in Canva and a video on how to create a Facebook post in Canva. And so you'll watch the videos, and then if you don't have a Canva account, and I'm going to show you what Canva looks like, just so you know. So this is what Canva looks like. You can create, I'm already signed in, but you can create, once you go to this website, canva.com, you can create a free account. You do not have to pay for it. There's a free version, and you can create a flyer and a Facebook post. And so like you saw when I just showed it on the screen, you can click on a Facebook post and it'll bring up a file to make a Facebook post or to make a flyer. And let me pull it back up again. Sorry, I should have shown you this. So let's say I'm going to do an Instagram post. You would do a Facebook post, or you can do an Instagram post. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to be picky about that. So you can search over here for all these different templates. And I'm just going to click spaghetti. But there's different elements, and you'll see this in the video. Like you can search for basically anything, lots of different shapes or anything like that, do lots of different colors. But you're going to create a Facebook post and a flyer that provides information about the technology initiatives that you're going to have. And then in order to turn this in, what you'll do is you'll click this share button, and then you'll click download, and you can download it as a PDF. and then click download. So if I did that, it's downloading it. And then right here is your file, and this PDF is what you would submit. So you can't see it because I'm not in student view, but there's a submit button. You would submit that PDF file as your homework. And then so you're doing a flyer, and it's just going to communicate. It's going to be what you use to communicate your ideas for new school technology based on the needs assessment that you sent out. And then you're going to have a Facebook post that tells about a meeting that you're going to be having. It gives the time, the place, the details so that people can come and hear about the technology. And so this is just to practice using technology to communicate information, communicate your vision, communicate the need, communicate the direction that you're moving, because communication is a huge part of any kind of initiative that you're doing. And then the next one is to submit your Facebook post. So you can't submit two different things. I have figured out on Canvas you can't submit two different things on the same one. So this one's for your Facebook post, and it'll be the same. You'll just download a PDF and upload it, and that way I'll be able to see it. So these two are basically the same assignment. It's just two places for you to be able to upload your file. So this is your flyer, and you submit your flyer on this one, and then for the next one you'll submit the Facebook post. Okay, and then that is it for week 3. So thank you guys, and if you have any questions, please let me know.